Joe.
Satisfaction is my reaction every time I'm near your heart. Can you feel it? No, you see it. So many people in it. That love for love we share, Lord. Even though it's rough out there, no one knows.
Well, hey, Gina, Maya, how you doing?
You give me hope when all is found. Life is short, time's running out. Let's make this a good night. Yeah, even through the bad times. Yeah, nothing can kill this fight. No, as long as I feel the way you make me feel.
For those of you who are just now joining us for the first time, start at 7. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to come on in and join the party. Y'all know I got my classic glass and my classic straw, honey. Ooh, honey, I made one heck of a cocktail. Hey, now. Put my foot in that one right there. My whole foot. Gus, don't start already now, friend. We gotta save the kiki in for. We gotta save it. We just gotta save it. Tell your friends, tell all your friends, to tell their friends, tell their mamas, their grandmamas, everybody. Just come join the line. It's Monday. It's our favorite day of the week. Let's go. And I got my hair wrapped on straight today. Oh, hey. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Nothing at all. All right, I'm giving the kids a 1 song minimum today. I was gonna play another one, but I'm like, you know what? Because then I'm gonna get lost and I'm gonna find myself in a whole different world. So we just not even gonna do it today. So let me introduce myself. If you do not know who I am Allison. I am the host of the Blacklight series here on Art Show Chicago. Y'all, we've been missing for 2 whole weeks. We really been missing for 2 weeks, but it's okay. We got it together. Life happens, quarantine happens. Sometimes you just gotta regroup. You gotta recuperate. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure stuff out. Like, I'm officially back to work. I love my job. I'm glad I have a job. Praise God. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be grateful. I've been off for 3 months, so let's just say that. But I'm officially back to work. Like, everybody come on in. Let's take a deep breath. Back to the real world, back to reality. But our guest today, y'all, I already know we're gonna kiki, we're gonna kick it. His name is Gus. He is a graphic designer. So guess what? We're gonna go ahead. We're just gonna bring him in so we can get the ball rolling. So let's get this party started, y'all. We're waiting. No,
Yeah.
He got his hat on. I said he better have this hat on for this chat. I'm very much so feeling the hat.
What's going on?
Gus, what's going on? What's popping? I told Gus you gotta have a cocktail. It's not right.
Hey, I got my drink.
Got my drink. See?
It's not Hennessy, but we gotta make do with what we got.
Look, like I said, I can't do Hennessy, y'all. I had to retire.
What? Anything is possible.
I told you that's the problem. Anytime I smell Hennessy, it brings back the memories. I can no longer do it. No. Mm-hmm. All right, I got my sips in. So, Gus, let the people know. Let's hit them with the full name. Let the people know who you are, where you're from. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up? I'm Gustavo Medrano. You can call me Gus, aka Gus Rock, aka Big Papi Chulo. You know,
Okay.
I'm from Chicago, graphic designer extraordinaire. You know what I do. That's it.
Gus, like, that's all you need to know.
That's
like,
it. That's all you get.
Straight like that. Okay, so we're gonna start. Like, what made you get into graphic design? I know, like you said, you started off just designing at 13. You know, you're on rap forums. Like, how did you even stumble upon something like that?
Well, I got introduced to the Fugees, and I was like, yo, what is this rap thing? I got to check this out. You know what I mean? So I went online, and like Google was just starting to pop off, you know? Mm-hmm. And forums were popping at the moment, and I was like, yo, maybe there's rap forums where I can learn more stuff, you know? And I joined one of them. I think it was called like rapbattles.com, something like that. Yeah, like rapbattles.com. And like you can rap, like you can battle people over like text rap. Like you would type out your verse and you would like send it in, and like it's just a bunch of stuff. And then they had a graphic section where like people would buy album covers.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, how do I make those? What is that? And so I downloaded Photoshop illegally, but we don't tell nobody that.
We all do, because nobody got time.
Nobody got money like that. So I downloaded it and I used it a little bit, and it was fun. I couldn't really do anything good because I was trash. So I gave that up. Once I got into high school, like 8th grade, for like freshman year, I started getting like graffiti homies, like a lot of homies that were just like straight up painting all over town. And I was like, oh, I want to do that.
The reason why we can't buy spray paint in the city, we got to go to the suburbs.
I mean, look, you know,
okay. You know this about Chicago. You cannot buy spray paint in anybody's store in the city. You have to take it behind all the way out to the suburbs to get your can of spray paint. And honey, yes, I know about this first.
I mean, you don't have to pay for it, you know, you just put it in your jacket and walk out. That's what it was, you know. No, so I was doing that, you know, doing the graffiti thing, and around 14, I was going heavily on graffiti, you know, just painting it all over the south side, north side, east side, west side, every side, you know. And a few of my homies got arrested, and I was like, man, this is not the wave.
This ain't it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't a wave. Even though I love doing it, I just, you know, because of my family also, I can't really be giving my mom that much grief because she is the best woman I ever met in my life, you know what I mean? So I can't be giving her grief like that.
Shout out to Mama.
So, yeah, shout out to Mama, bro. Mama Rock, she's the shit, you know? And one of my mentors, because I also got kicked out of my high school because I was cutting and blah blah blah. Yeah.
Oh, guys, you're out here cut.
Yeah, man, I wasn't the best kid, you know. So I went to
okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I what do you call it? I went to this like alternative high school thing, and there I met this old head. Like, he was a graffiti dude that had been doing it for 20 plus years, and he was like, yo, like, you're talented, you're really good at art, like whatever art project that I give you, you're always killing it, like what are your gifts? And I was like, oh, you know, I do graffiti and da-da-da. And I told him about my homies getting arrested, and he was like, yo, I know how that goes, like I lived that. So he like reintroduced me into Photoshop and Illustrator, and I was like, oh, I know this program. Mm-hmm. Like, let me just give it a try. And from there, it just kind of like consumed my life because I felt like in love with it because he was giving me tips, and like I got to learn the program very, very well. And from then on, I just took it, and now that's just like in my DNA. Like, I can't see myself doing anything else besides graphic design. Like if you told me like, oh, go be a singer, I tell you to go like fuck yourself. You know what I mean?
It's not my
Yeah, like that's not happening.
It's not my
like
ministry. Nah.
right. Like, oh, go be a lawyer. Hell no, bro. Like that's not
I
me.
feel the same way. Like, you know, I'm a flight attendant, and I feel like no matter what's going on in the world, like that's something that I was meant to do. Like I was meant to be on an airplane. Like that's just
Absolutely.
what it is. Like,
Absolutely.
even though it's like, oh, I've been off of work for 3 months, I low key missed it. Everybody, you did not hear me say that. But it's like once, you know, it's like within your grasp and it feels like something can be taken away. It's like I really do enjoy this. Like this is something that I can see myself doing. I'm not gonna say forever. Do not want to be dealing with you people forever.
True.
It is definitely something that I can see myself doing in the long haul. So I definitely. What your favorite pieces? You said God. Okay, one of your favorite pieces is God is a Woman and Inhale Love, Exhale Hate. Please explain, because the first one, God is a Woman, is a mouthful all in itself.
Right. So that piece right there, God is a Woman, that was dedicated to my mom because she was going through some things at that time, you know, like a little health issue, and you know, I was scared because that's my rock. You know what I'm saying? Like that woman has put up with my bullshit for all my years. You know what I mean?
So your whole life.
Yeah, my whole life. So at that time, I felt very like, you know, like if God is a person, it would be a woman because, you know, he created life. Women create life. You know, he gave birth to the earth. Women give birth. Like it just made so much
y'all
sense.
Hear what this man is saying to y'all, right? God, do you hear? Okay.
You know, and I decided to make it a Black woman to be God because you know what I'm saying. You feel me? Like, because it was, you know, the suffrage of African women is so tough. Like nobody really speaks about that for some fucking reason. I don't know why, you know. So I kind of wanted to like, kind of not really bring awareness because it wasn't really my intention to bring awareness, but it was more like this is something that resonates with me because I'm also Afro Latino. Like I do have African in me. You know what I'm saying? Like my great grandfather's from like Senegal. You know what I'm saying? He just moved to Colombia and whatever happened. But I just feel very connected to those roots, and my mother being such a great woman and creating me and my sister, like it just makes sense for me to create it because women are the most beautiful creatures in the planet. Like if we're being completely honest, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to explain more than that. Like women are just perfect. And the one for Inhale Love and Exhale Hate, I also decided to go with a woman, and it was like, I don't know, to me women are so how do I say it, like you guys handle pain very well. Like you guys handle, you know what I'm saying? You know, like you guys.
That you say that because that's literally, I don't know why that's been on like my heart, in my mind, so heavy. Like women really, like we carry the world on our backs, especially women of color. Because honey, we all know I can only speak from a woman of color's point of view.
Absolutely.
We carry the burden of so much on our backs. And it's crazy because women of color were the most like replicated, but don't nobody want to go out of their way to be a Black woman.
Yo, don't even get me started on that shit, bro.
We can get started because this is
let's get into it. Fuck it.
I am that chick. We can get into it. This is what this platform is for. Educate the masses. Let's
do it. So I really dislike social media because most of those IG models or whatever, you know, they get their bodies done. Like they want the big booty, the big lips, and that's what African women have. Like you're replicating Black culture without giving credit to the creators, and you want to be into hip hop, you want to be into like being a rapper and making like hip hop beats and all this stuff, but once you like get in it and shit, like you don't give credit. And then Post Malone said, I mean, I'm a fan of Post Malone. I
I do
like his
like
music
Post. What
sometimes.
the hell did he say?
Yeah, he like back like a couple of years ago, he was like, if you want to listen to if you want to listen to real emotional music, you don't listen to hip hop. And it's just like, bruh, bruh,
Interesting, but you
what are you?
perpetrating the whole culture, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole culture is about pain. The whole culture of hip hop, the whole black culture is about pain. Why? That's why we got soul music. That shit got soul because of the pain, bro. Like,
hello, and it's crazy because what? I don't even want to say his name. I don't even remember it, but it's one of these producers who just got put on blast because you know he makes songs for like the baby and people like that. This man went on Twitter and was like, I understand, you know, Breonna Taylor, may she rest in peace. I understand, like, she got killed, but she was living in a whole trap house. Where the hell you get a trap house from?
she was living in a regular ass apartment.
What trap house is you talking about?
Ah,
It's so
dude.
crazy because it's always, and I ain't gonna say all white people, because let's be clear, all white people are not bad. Let me just go ahead and put it out there. But it seems to be that white people always take it upon themselves to try to justify the killing of black people.
Yes.
So, sir,
absolutely.
you went on a whole rant on Twitter about the fact that why are we going so hard for Breonna Taylor? And this is the thing. This is something that me and my homegirl said the other day. We got to stop giving people passes because I guarantee he'd be up in those studio sessions using the N-word with a strong N and a strong ER at the end. And I know y'all be giving that man a pass because he's making y'all little songs and producing your little beats. But we have got to stop giving people passes on things just because we think they're for the culture. Or this, oh, let's invite them to the cookout. Stop it. Because you're going to bring potato salad with raisins in it in the first place, so you are not invited to the cookout.
Right. Like, no, that's facts.
We have to stop giving people passes because of what they can do. Because
or like what they've done for the culture
who can also do it and probably do it better.
Absolutely. And appreciate doing it. You know what I mean?
Period.
Because like I feel like a lot of these producers and rappers, like they just do it for the money. They know that being a rapper is a get rich scheme now. Like and I don't know if you've noticed, but hip hop, like raps have gotten to a point where like people make parodies of it.
Yep.
Like trying to be funny with rap instead of what it usually was. So like, because rap means rhythm and poetry.
Rhythm, folks.
The poetry part. The rhythm. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, and then you know you got rappers like G-Eazy and Macklemore. Macklemore got album of the year over Kendrick Lamar.
Album of the year.
Come on, bro. Macklemore. Like, listen, and that's when Kendrick Lamar came out with Good Kid, Mad City. That's classic.
And that should have swept everybody. It should have every category that he was nominated for, he should have won.
He should have won.
Period.
But since it was a white man with the I'm gonna put some tags, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Thrift shopping and all that.
And that's the thing, folks. Y'all really gave him album of the year for a song about thrift shopping.
About thrift shopping.
Thrift shopping.
Come on, man. But anyway, like,
honey, it's neither here nor there. But that's where you really, really see, and you know, a lot of the time, and then especially with you bringing up Afro Latino. So, old girl from Orange is the New Black, what is Dasha, something.
Dasha the Dominican lady.
And then what was his name is Love or something. So of course, look, you know, I'm not really good with names. I'll be having to look stuff up, but y'all know who I'm talking about. So of course, a lot of people of color, especially Black people, were nominated for Emmys.
Mm-hmm.
So Dasha, who is Afro Latina, came out and was, you know, her and somebody else were, I guess, upset that they felt like the Latin community is not, or was not, and still is not being represented well when it comes to these type of things.
Right.
Now let me break this down. It always seems that when people of color start to win, everybody else has a problem with it. All of a sudden, somebody else is not being represented. But my homie Jarrell Jerome won a whole Emmy for When They See Us. Where were y'all at? Where were y'all at? Did we get a congratulations? Did y'all?
Nothing.
Y'all didn't say nothing. So a whole Afro Latino won, and y'all just were mute. But when it's Black people, and the thing about a lot of these people in these shows that were nominated for Emmys this year were the creators, were the directors, were the producers. Like, they running all of that shit. Where the fuck are y'all? Like, we had to go and get our own in order to be recognized.
For sure. And that's the problem that I also have with Latinos too. I have a lot of homies, Cuban, Puerto Rican, Dominicans, a lot of Hispanic homies, that if you look at them, you think, yo, you're Black, right? Like, but they're like, no, bro, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not, bro, you're Black.
Oh my God, that blows my mind.
It's like, bro, really? And especially girls.
That you just don't want to say that first.
That's what I'm saying. Especially like Latino women. Oh, dude. Bro, where do you think you get your curves?
The phrase Afro Latina hasn't, like, I haven't heard that. And I feel like it became a thing in like the last 4 years. Like, growing up, didn't nobody hear about no Afro Latino.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And the crazy thing is, I grew up all over the world, so I have seen all types of different people. So, what I think a lot of people have to realize is people always want to claim that other side of themselves that's not Black.
Of course.
And it's, except for now, because being Black is in. Let's not forget, being Black is very popular right now.
It's a fashion statement. It's a fashion statement.
Latina. But when you were growing up, and that's the thing, when people see you, they see your color first before they see anything. So when you say like, oh, so, you say some people, you're clearly Black, but you're like, oh no, I'm Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. You just need to accept that part of yourself.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you say, it's what people see.
Absolutely.
And so like the phrase Afro Latina, and when it's like, I've never, and I've come across a lot of Hispanic, Puerto Rican, all of that in my life, and I've never met somebody who was like, I'm Afro Latina. Never in my life has anyone ever said that to me. It's always,
I agree with you.
Rican, or I'm this, but nobody has ever said Afro Latina, ever.
I agree with you because I grew up around Latinos my whole life. That's just what it was, And I grew up knowing that I was African because of my grandfather. If you look at him, he's Black, like he's African, So I always knew that I was African in my blood. But because I don't know if you know, but I lived in Colombia from 3 to 10, and from there I knew, I'm like, no, I'm Black. Like, my grandfather's Black, my cousins are Black, I have curly Black hair, like I'm Black. But once I moved to the States, they were like, and once I moved to the States, it's like, oh no, you're Colombian. Don't forget, your culture is Colombian. You're Colombian this, Colombian that. You're not African, But over time, I started, because I was young that time, so I was like, okay, I guess I'm Colombian now, whatever. But as I got older, I realized that even our music is African. Salsa music, merengue, bachata, all that stuff is African sound. All of it is African sound.
The masses are listening to what this man is saying.
I'm just speaking facts. But the thing is that people don't want to hear the truth about our culture, because then they're like, but I don't want to feel like I'm like, I don't feel Black. I'm like, you may not feel Black, but you are Black.
I don't feel Black either.
What does that even mean? Yeah, like, I don't feel Black. What is that? What is that English, my guy? Like, what are you saying? The fuck? You know what I mean? So I think that a lot of Latinos kind of like, if you call them Black, they take that as like offense. It's just like, no, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just calling out your culture. The reason why you have the big lips, the juicy, beautiful lips, the big butts, the nice curves, is because it comes from the motherland.
It comes from Africa, baby.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is stamped and proven. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is stamped and proven. Like, don't
I don't know what it is about being Black that just people do not want to be. And you know, honestly, I do know what it is because there's a struggle that comes with being a person of color.
Of course, of
It's
course.
not easy. And people don't like, look, if I could live a struggle-free life, I gladly.
Oh, sign me up. Sign me up.
People do not there are some people who like to struggle, but I am not one of them. I do not
Nope.
want to struggle.
Nope.
So when it comes to having that stamp of a person of color, there's definitely more that comes with that. And then if you're a person of color with a name that gives it away before you can even get a job interview. Like when people see Allison Johnson written on a piece of paper, they most surely think I'm white. I got the whitest name, Allison Johnson. Johnson, for crying out loud. And
yeah, that's like, white.
My parents did due diligence. They was like, my baby is going to get a job wherever she applied. It is not
right.
because of her name. And the thing is, people have such an issue with the stamp of person of color or Black that they will do anything and everything to avoid that. And what I need for I need people of color and Black people to realize that your Black is beautiful, honey. We worked hard for this. You did not have a choice how you came out of your mother's womb. So get over it.
Yep, word. That's
all of my Black people that's out here. Okay, look, Black people, we know you can be born with colored eyes, okay? But stop with the color contacts. I've had enough. If y'all don't stop with these color contacts, I'm gonna start calling every single one of y'all out. We are too old to be out
I'm not gonna get into that one.
Contacts.
I'm not gonna get into that one because women can do whatever the hell they want. I'm not even gonna. They can do whatever.
I'm a woman, and I'm telling you, stop it. There's nothing wrong with the color of the eyes that God gave you. Okay, let's move on. But we're gonna leave that alone. I'm not nobody know.
Let's
but
do it.
We're gonna talk about your inspirations for your work. So you said a lot of your inspirations come from graffiti. Obviously, we already talked about Japanese culture, Colombian culture, hip hop, R&B, soul music, like. Just all of it. And I try to. If you haven't seen his work, obviously after the live, I'm gonna need y'all to be all up and through his Instagram, inquiries, all that, flood that shit, hit it with hearts, all that, all that. But I follow, of course, a hint of Japanese culture. I am a freak for Japanese culture because I grew up partly in Japan when I was younger, so I love everything that has to do with Japanese culture.
Yes.
So I definitely recognize that in your work. Like, what about Japanese culture? Like, made you want to bring that into your work and how you do what you do?
Well, the thing is, people whenever I say Japanese culture, they think, oh, anime. It's like Japan is way more than that. Yeah, Japan is way more than that. Like, yeah, I like some anime, like Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, who doesn't like that? But to me, the culture is like how they take their time with things. Like I could spend 2-3 weeks on one piece, just because I want to get it right. And that's how Japanese people like create things. Like, and I like Japanese history too, like with the samurais and what do you call like the kimonos and the noragis and all that stuff that they wear, like the street fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Street fashion is sick. It's sick. And whenever I say street fashion, they think like those lollipop girls with like the super bright. It's like, nah, dude. Like there's more to it. And to me, Japanese culture, they refine things, and that's that's what inspires me. Like even Americana, that's a style, that's a clothing style that is American, but Japanese made it so well that we Americans are trying to emulate them creating our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
isn't that crazy?
It's dumb. I'm dumbfounded by it.
Japanese, they
on it
from head to toe. Baby, they having the Jordans on. They have on the latest gear. But they put their own twist on it. And like Sheep Man OG said, you're inspired by your dope ass friends.
Yes. So that's my boy Eamon right there. My friends, bro. Bunch of cool dudes doing cool shit all the time. And like if you're not inspired by your friends, then what are you doing? Like what kind of friends do you have? You know what I'm saying? Like if your friends can put you on some new music, new fashion, you whatever, then you don't have friends, bruh. Like, come on. And if you can't be yourself around your friends, that's not your homie. Like I'm not gonna censor myself because I'm
That's
gonna
a
hurt this
whole
person's
other
feelings.
therapy session right there. People don't know what it is to be friends anymore. They don't know what a friend is.
No, of course. I mean, and it's just social media age that we're in, that people are just trying to like I have a lot of acquaintances, but I have a small circle of friends. Like my friends is Cheerio. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell
Very
you,
tight.
like, as far as like friends, I got like 5.
Yeah, exactly. I have like 5, 6.
Yes.
But I have hundreds of acquaintances. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course.
You know, and
you ain't my friend.
right, like if when you're my friend, bro, you know me. Like
Yep.
you know me. You know what I mean? Like I don't need that surface level friendships where like, oh, so like the weather outside, like fuck the weather, bro. Like what's on your mind, bro? You know I'm that kind of dude.
Definitely.
Like I like having deep conversation with my friends, whether we're drunk or not drunk. Like just conversing with each other, getting to know each other deeper and better, and just being like I don't know what the word is, but like being like together, like being
like
homies.
it's I have a group of friends, like we can, and we say it all the time, we can literally, I don't think we've ever just like hung out for like an hour. It's like when we start hanging out, we hanging out for the rest of the day until the next
word. That's what it is.
All day long.
That's what it is.
Place to place, or we going to somebody's house, we finna get a cocktail, we about to watch something on TV in the background because we already talking. I don't get with my friends to watch TV. We don't be watching TV, we be talking. Like it's just on for background noise.
Word.
It's crazy because a lot of people don't even have that type of support system. I don't even know what that's like to not have a close, tight-knit group of friends. I don't even know what that's like because I feel like throughout my life I've always had that.
Of course.
Even if we're not friends now, if we don't even speak, you were that stronghold when I needed you then, and we had to move on. Like people evolve, people grow,
of course.
Life happens. You move
on.
Course. So it's like for people who don't have that support system, I suggest you go and get it and you go and find it because maybe you need it. We were not put on this earth to be alone.
Absolutely. And I went through that phase too, where like I lost one of my closest homies. It wasn't like a bad fallout. It was just a lot of misunderstandings. You know what I'm saying? And it was to the point where like that person felt some type of way, and it was like, bro, like I'm on your side. Like we're on the same team. But, the miscommunication there, just, and people grow away from each other. Maybe he felt some type of way and I couldn't give him the support that he needed. So he needed to branch out. And I understand that, like, people grow, people get older, but it hurts sometimes, because I was like a close friend. But it took a while to like get over the fact that, damn, like I'm never going to be homies with this person again. But once I came to peace with it, it was very like, it's okay. I have more friends that can show their support for me and support each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and everybody in your life, like there's a season, there's a time.
Right, there's a cycle.
Yes,
it's a cycle.
And some people withstand all the tests of time and cycles and all of that, but some people don't. And, that's okay. Like when you grow, everyone is not meant to grow and go with you.
Absolutely.
Because there are so many people that I was friends with years ago that would not fit into the mold of what my life is now.
Yes.
Even friends that I may have now may not fit into the mold of who I am in a year from now, 10 years from now. Like we all know, like when people start to have kids, those friends wither and go real quick. Like
of course,
you have your select few, and that's really it. Especially when you like get married and have children. So that's just a part of adulthood. That's just a part of growing up. It sucks. Trust me, it sucks, but it's just something you will get over. So, you said the most difficult thing about being taken serious as an artist is that you're Afro Latino. And, I feel this is something that we really got to touch on because it's just, I've been hearing Afro Latino so much. I feel like even more within like the last week. because it's even with some, like, we're going to use the rapper Trina, for example. If nobody knows who Trina is, Queen of the South, Queen of Miami.
Yeah.
She came out like a year ago and was like, she's Afro Latina. And I'm like, girl, since when?
I always thought that she was black. I didn't know that she was Afro Latina.
You who? Girl, you ain't never rapped a nail song in Spanish. All of a sudden, you Afro Latina.
Yeah.
I think people romanticize what it is to be Afro Latina.
Yeah.
When you meet somebody and they're just black, they're just black. But when you add that, because that's everybody, every black girl who has any type of fine hair or anything, even me, people always say, where are you from? What are you mixed with?
Yeah.
I be like black, and more black.
melanin, and more melanin.
Like, what do you mean? And that's that. People love to romanticize what it is to be black and what it is to be Afro Latino or Latina, because when you sprinkle in a little bit extra of something else of a different culture, you're all of a sudden, oh, what is that word? Exotic. There we go.
Yeah, exotic. I hate that word, by the way.
Exotic. Because 50 Cent took it upon himself to decide that the more desirable women are exotic women.
Exotic, yeah.
And somehow black women are, we're threatened by women who are considered exotic.
Right.
But what 50 and Mr. Curtis Jackson and dumb Lil Wayne, who got 3 dreads left hanging from his scalp, failed to realize is those women that y'all are dating emulate black women.
Word. Kanye too.
Oh, who? Don't get me started.
Sorry, I had to throw it.
I try not to talk about Kim Kardashian every episode, but what people fail to realize is this show, we're going to talk about it. Not only is this platform used for people of color in the artistic world to really get their names out there, and we want to make sure you guys are heard and that people know your talents, but we are going to expose what's going on in the country. And what's going on in the country is people love to romanticize what it is to be black by sprinkling in a little bit of something else, because of course you can't just be black. We have to add something else in there to make you seem more desirable, to make you be a little prettier.
Of course.
But what
and if I could say, sorry to cut you off. If I could say that the whole Afro Latina thing that you've been hearing about it for like the last couple of years, I'm gonna make a statement about this. I could be wrong, so don't crucify me.
This is your personal feeling. We ain't gonna crucify this, how you feel. This is true.
Okay, so I think that a lot of us Afro Latinos, or Latinos of color, we are starting to realize that being Afro is okay. Like we're starting to like accept that, because back then, if you were Latino and you were like, oh, I'm black, like no, you're Dominican. Remember I was telling you that earlier? Like, no, you're Colombian. Like, oh, don't forget that. But I think now, in retrospect, now that we're older and our generation is becoming more aware of our surroundings and where we stand, and the how the world views us, right? They're starting to realize that it's okay to be black. Black is beautiful. Black is love. Black is the shit, bro. Like, the fact that I have rhythm, it's a blessing. You feel me? Like,
let's be very
like, it's a blessing.
It's a gift straight from God himself.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine me going to the club and not knowing how to two-step. Like, that's sacrilegious.
Yes, that's those people that be standing off in it, like I tell my
in the corner, like mad as hell. Like, come on, bro. Like, and the fact that I can have curly hair, bro, that to me is the shit. Yeah, it sucks because it gets tangled up, blah, blah, blah. But when I'm having a good day hair, bro, I'm killing the game. Fucking me.
A good hair day will make you feel like you are king and queen of the world.
Hell yeah. Like, I'm killing the motherfucking game, hands down. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that I can appreciate my black brothers and see them as, like, not below me, but like, yo, we're cut from the same cloth. Like, we're the same. We're equal. Like, yeah, you may come from a different country in Africa, but that makes us brothers. Like, we're African, bro. We're cousins. Like, I don't give a fuck if my African came from South America or your African came from whatever the fuck. Like we're African. That shit
We
should
are the
connect us.
same.
We're all the same. That shit should connect us. Instead, we have like Latinos are like, oh, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not black. Like fuck out of here. You know what I mean? But now I'm starting to see my generation finally understand and grasp the idea that being black is dope. Like
Yes, and
being black is dope.
it's definitely a generational thing. Like because I
Absolutely.
hear people identify as Afro Latino or Afro Latino, people who are in our generation seem to identify with that more than like their parents or grandparents or their aunts or uncles,
Absolutely.
anybody that's older. Because it's like
Absolutely.
we finally gotten to the point where like it's okay to be black. Like it's
Yeah.
fine. You gonna be
Yeah.
all right.
Like nobody's gonna judge you. Nobody's doing nothing bad to you because you're probably black. There's nothing wrong with that.
There is
If
literally
anything, more power
nothing
to you.
wrong. So it's so crazy. And then, you know, just like you said about, I hate to speak his name, Kanye.
Hey, but look. At all his faults, like that dude is obviously crazy, right? He's
Now,
obviously
what's
crazy.
that?
I mean, he's not 100%.
Oh, no. But who
Yeah,
is?
but I will say that he has inspired me to make art and enjoy music. Like he put me into Nina Simone because of a sample that he used. Like I knew who Nina Simone was, but I was like, yeah, that's some old ass lady stuff. Like
Yeah, but
blah,
you
blah.
never listen to her music.
But then I heard her I put a spell on you, bruh. That song is a motherfucking song. Like that's a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying?
Nina is lit. And it's like I tell people, anybody that wants to bring up, and for some reason, people love to bring up Kanye to me. I guess I'm just that chick that just put it out there for you. What people fail to realize is Kanye is a freaking genius.
Mm-hmm.
The man is a mastermind.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to sit out here and say there's not something wrong. There is.
Yes.
But he has put himself in a position to where people are going to follow what he says. People are going to listen.
Of course.
So it was even when he came out and decided that he was going to support Donald Trump.
Yeah, I couldn't get with that. I couldn't get down with that part.
So, oh yeah, when he decided that, and then people, you know, came out with this whole conspiracy a few months ago and was like, oh no, like he never even voted for Trump. He was just trying to.
Yeah.
Anybody, even if that's the case, anybody who is willing to promote and support someone who is so willing to separate the masses, who is so willing to literally, he wants to go back to segregation and just split everybody up. You have no issue with separating people. The whole point is to, as a leader, is to get everybody to come together.
Yes.
But if you are so comfortable with, you have no problem with separating people, you have no problem with letting people know, look, call them what you want, run them over with your car, do whatever you want to do because what they're doing isn't right. Someone who spews hate so easily, if you support them in any way, shape, or form, no matter what your end goal was, I will no longer support you. And that's
I agree.
That's the fact.
I agree with that. I can get down with that thought.
Because when I tell you, these people, president, be out here spewing hate on a daily, I can't get jiggy with nobody who even does it. And this is the thing. If you can fake support someone who spews so much hate for personal gain, you ain't my type of person anyway.
Nope. Not
you
at
ain't
all.
Nobody I want to talk to, mess with, support anyway. Because if you are so easily swayed by the dollar, you'll do anything for the check.
Yeah.
Now get jiggy with people who do anything for the check. Nah. And then you went and married Kim Kardashian. That's where I really stopped with you for real.
Yeah, when he married that family, because like when you marry a Kardashian, you marry all of them.
And
like,
then
you're
marrying into, and then you're marrying into cultural appropriation. Because look, I'm gonna beat the horse even though that hoe is dead. They are a family that has made their living off of the features of black
culture.
period.
Yeah,
Period. Point blank.
of
Put
course.
it in black and white.
Yeah.
They have made millions, y'all. Do you hear me telling you? They have made millions.
Billions. He's a billionaire.
Let's be honest, billions. If we put them all together, billions, almost trillions of dollars off of the backs of hardworking black people.
Yeah.
So I do look at any black person that supports the Kardashians with a side eye, because I'm just like, do y'all not realize what we got beat for, what we got ridiculed for, what we got made fun of for? They making money off of? Like, I can't tell you how many times growing up somebody made fun of my lips, or somebody made fun of the way my hair was braided, or somebody made fun of, like anything about being black was not in. So now,
now it's edgy. Now they see it as edgy.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
edgy.
Look at her. She's so brave with her braids.
So urban. Like, oh, it's so urban.
Fuck out of here.
Like, y'all really out here gentrifying the hell out of these neighborhoods. Y'all gentrifying the hell out of America. Y'all really out here stealing whole cultures and calling it your own. And you can, if you go onto, we're going to use Fashion Nova as an example. If you go onto their website, it's a certain type of body type. It's a certain type of facial feature that these models are. They emulate what it is to be black women, but not using a lot of black models. Hello. Y'all not using the black models.
Talk that shit.
I'm talking it because, nobody seems to want to touch on it because it's a touchy subject. But
of course.
When it comes
it's a touchy subject to people that don't understand it, or that even if they do understand it, they're gonna be offended by it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So,
and it's crazy because these companies are really making a mockery of black people. Especially with the Black Lives Matter movement, you cannot, like, for example, KFC. And it wasn't the United States, it was something else. Y'all posted a fried drumstick spanning out straight. And the shadow was like a
wow.
Are you kidding me?
Wow. I did not see that, but
it just show that there is not one black person sitting in these boardrooms to tell y'all
that's a terrible fucking idea.
This is a terrible ass idea. There is not one black person that is sitting there saying, nah. Like, that is literally one of the most racist things that you could think of. Like,
absolutely.
Are you kidding? Okay, hold on. Joe asked the question. Joe, first of all, what is this question? What is Soul Origin? I don't know. You said
Soul Original? That's
Soul Original. What the heck is that?
Yeah, Soul Original. That's a company that me and a couple of my brothers created. Shout out to the Sheep Man, Eamon, Faisal, and my friend Steve. And we're kind of like art show, which is we try to bring awareness to the culture in Chicago by music, art, stuff like that. And we're just trying to promote Chicago because this is the dopest city on the planet, and everybody fucking knows that. You know what I mean? So I kind of, you know what I mean? Like we kind of lit. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. But we're just trying to promote Chicago artists to make them more mainstream and get more eyes on them. If they blow up from us, that's even a greater feeling, So that's what we do. We're kind of like that. We're just trying to promote Chicago culture, Chicago music, and it's great.
Oh my God, I love that. That is literally what this show is all about. Like,
yeah. I mean, Chicago is very cliquey in a way when it comes to like meeting people. It's very cliquey. Like, I hang out with only this people. I hang out only with this. So for us, and I'm guessing for our show too, is to bring communities together. Like, we're trying to bring, white kids, Hispanic kids, black kids, Asian kids, everybody from every walk. Yeah, we want the whole every walk of life. We want them to enjoy Chicago culture, the music, the food, the visuals, everything. You know what I'm saying? We just want everything to be Chicago soul original like
Yeah,
that.
and like Chicago is such a melting pot of people. Like,
Absolutely.
you literally can come to Chicago and it's like, not only is it a side of town for every culture, which I realize, but you literally have every type of person, every culture living in Chicago.
Absolutely.
So this is the perfect place. And the thing about it is, it can be very segregated, which is wild because it's like we live in America and it's 2020, but that's just how the world is. It's still very segregated. It's still very
Absolutely.
separate. They have
Absolutely.
this side, they have this side, they got this side, and they have this side. Like, it's
Yep.
just so
Yep.
separate. And to know that there are so many organizations that people don't even know about, because the tag is at Soul OG. Tag.
Gang, 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 gang,
So
gang.
everybody click, follow, let's go, let's get the ball rolling. It's so great to know that there are so many organizations that are really out here trying to do the same thing. So now that we know these things, we all need to be working together because we all have the same end goal.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
We all want to make sure that this was my whole thing with this show, is I want everybody to win. Because when it comes to being a person of color, you already are starting behind everybody.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Couple of decades, by the way.
Couple. All right, 400. But we are starting so far behind everybody else.
Word.
But it's so great to see where we end up. Like,
Word.
Because one thing about people of color, baby, we're gonna fight tooth and nail for what we want. We not gonna lay down. Because I definitely just finished the Michael Jordan documentary on Netflix. Let me tell y'all something.
Yo, Michael Jordan's a nut.
Fight, okay?
Yo, he's nuts, man.
Black people fight. We work.
Yeah.
And the thing that and it's crazy that we are raised like this, but Black people especially, we're raised to know that you have to be 10 times better than that white or person who looks white counterpart just to be considered for the job, or just to be considered as just as good as, and that's you working 10 times harder.
Absolutely.
And you're
Absolutely.
still going to be a few steps behind.
Word.
Because if we're going to look at somebody who has the same criteria, and this is the same thing that I tell people when it comes to a college degree, a college education, it's all about who you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all connections. It's all connections.
Criteria, like I could have graduated with the same degree. That person could have got a 2.0 and I could have got a 4.0. They don't see that on the resume.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see grade point average. They just see that you got the diploma, you got the degree. That's
it.
Yeah. It's all about who you know, and they're gonna choose that person that they know over someone who busted their behind in college and was working 3 jobs, doing all kind of crazy stuff just to get a degree over the person that they know. It's all about who you know, and that's the world. That's it.
And another thing, a stereotype that kind of like just boils my shit is when they say that Blacks and Latinos are lazy. It's just like
straight for the.
It's like, since when? Like, since when? Like, every Black woman and Black man that I've ever met in my life has a job.
Period.
What are you talking about? They're lazy. And bro, like, I feel like Latinos break their backs working for free. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you break for, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, when I hear that from, Donald Trump and his asshole friends, it's just like, bro, you call us rapists and drug dealers, and you call African countries shitholes and all this stuff, and it's just like, and you're trying, and you're the president of the United States. The United States is supposed to be the dream. Everybody can be their dream, So it's just like, bro, what are we even?
And that's how you know the stuff that he says literally comes from a place of hatred.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this is coming from someone who comes from money, who went to his father and got
$1 million loan.
And it's like a tweet that's been going around. It was like this young lady. She was shocked when I think she was trying to buy a house, and the realtor asked her, "Is there not someone that you like? Your parents don't have $50 $50,000 for you to put
That
down.
they can
I'm
spare.
like, woo?
Yeah. Yep. I seen that tweet.
$50,000 to do what with?
And even if my parents had $50, you think they're gonna give it to me?
50,000.
My dad be like, you better get a motherfucking job.
50K.
Yeah, like my dad's gonna be like, you better get a motherfucking job.
You better go to work for that because I'm not gonna write you.
Yeah.
And I also think that's something our generation has to get out of. We have to. Generational wealth is a thing. We need to make sure that we're setting ourselves up for the generations after us. We have to build because these days it can't just be, oh, it's only me. You gotta because the way it's looking, you gotta make sure the generations 5-6 times down is gonna be good.
Yeah.
With the way things are looking. So we can't just be based on, oh, well, I'm just making sure I'm good because it's not only going to be you.
It's not just you.
You decide to not have kids and you don't have any offspring or anything like that. But if you're going to reproduce, you're going to bring people into this world, you need to make sure you're straight. So when it comes to, their president and all the hate that he spews, and when it comes to, oh, these people are lazy and, it's always people of color, we're gangsters and thugs and stuff like this. Like you said, people of color, I've never seen anyone work as hard as we do. And that's even my work ethic from my job. People be like, girl, can you sit down? Girl, we ain't never seen nobody work like you. I'm gonna beg you because when I come to work, I come to work. Word. But
I'll be honest with you though. I'm not a person that takes I don't like taking orders. That's
why I really gotta do that too much anyway.
Well, lucky for you, but I'm that's why I do art because it's just me. It's me. You know what I'm saying? So when I have people like breathing down my neck, like, yo, I told you to do this, I'm a snap because I don't take disrespect well. Like I'm not the kind of person that can stay quiet. As you can tell, I have a big mouth. I'm loud. I like talking my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm that guy. So when I feel disrespected, I'm gonna let you know that you disrespected me. So I don't like working for somebody else, and that's why I'm trying to build this legacy with my art. That even if I don't ever become famous, maybe in my death, I'll my paintings or my designs can sell for millions of dollars down the line, and my kids and my kids' kids and my kids' kids' kids can all be good. Because of something that I created. And then also, I'm a little bit selfish. I'm not going to lie, because I kind of want to live forever. That's just a thought that I kind of had in my mind. Like, I kind of want to live forever. And I feel like if I leave a piece of me in this world, it's going to live forever. It's going to be in somebody's wall and somebody's, garage collecting dust, but I'll still be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thoughts that I have. Like, even though it's super weird when I say it out loud, like, I want to live forever. Like, what? Are you crazy?
Why not?
But, people. You know what I mean? Like,
and made movies about people living forever. It's a thing. People want it. It's not weird.
Yeah, I want to live forever. I want to stay young forever. There's a whole song Jay-Z made, "Young Forever." Like, come on, that's what it is. And I just want to leave a piece of me in this world for my kids to be like, yo, like, Pops made that. Like, he put his time and effort and his hands into making that piece, and now it's selling for however much it'll sell. I don't care how much.
All right,
exactly.
Minutes and 15 seconds left. What are you working on, and what do you want the people to know in the last
show?
Let's go.
So I'm working on a couple of collaborations with two friends. So we're gonna have that done soon-ish, I hope. That's it. I don't have nothing going on. Like this coronavirus killed everything.
Drop that Instagram name for the people. Let them know.
Oh, Gus Rock 90. Follow me. Comment on everything. Like everything. Wear your fucking mask.
Notifications on so you know when he's dropping new work. Like
exactly. And wear your masks. Wear your masks. Please
wear your mask.
Wear the mask, man. Jesus.
I'm so tired of Corona. Can we please, America, just wear your mask? Like, let's not make it a hard thing.
Like, I'm trying to swag out outside. Can we just wear a mask and let this shit clear up so I can wear my Jordans?
Quarantine weight, so I can't swag out till I lose it. But it's okay. I'm still fine. All right, y'all. We got 6 seconds. This was lit, Gus. It was a pleasure having you. Y'all
Yo,
make
it
sure
was a
you follow
pleasure.